Hey guys, here we are again at the Monarch. As you can see, I haven't done anything since the last video on making this part that's going to go right there. So I've been just really busy with work and family and our little farm here. But I'm going to show you. I got into another little project, and I thought you guys might be interested. So let me show you what's going on. So I always wanted to dabble a little bit in CNC, right? So I figured the best way to do that would be to get this little CNC router. It's Sane Smart. Got it on Amazon. It comes like in a kit form. You got to put the whole thing together, and of course, then you got to learn how to do some 3D modeling and export your drawings. However, let me just show you. So I've been working on this like tutorial thing that I found on YouTube, and it's this guy right here. So it's this is Fusion 360, which I got a couple weeks ago, probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, to start playing with it, just seeing how to model parts and do things. What I quickly realized was this guy right here just wasn't going to cut it. So let me show you a new addition to the shop. So there we have a Tormach 1100M. So let me show you what we got going on here. So this guy's got coolant, vise, pilot path, software, the whole kit and caboodle, coolant tank, an automatic way oiler, and a whole bunch of tools, some parallels. Right here, this is a probe, setting probe, and this a tool setter, and then this little kind of container here that has a bunch of extra parts and stuff, end mills, a tool setting indicator. So let me just give you a little bit of the history on this thing. So this is a 2018. I was contacted by somebody that knows that I dabble in milling and machining and whatnot, and they had this machine. They bought it, like I said, in 2018, and they really didn't have a use for it. I'm not really sure if their business model changed or whatever. I don't really get into what they do, but they didn't need this machine for their purposes. However, when they installed the machine, they built a room around it, and the machine no longer fit through the doorway. It was, I think, a 32-inch door. So the deal was, I pay him a few bucks for the machine, but I'm responsible to get it out of the building. So I completely disassembled all the sheet metal. I took the motors off because the motor up top here was too high for the opening, and the motors in the back were, just overall was too wide. So even though, I could have taken it off here, I left it on the base. I did have to cut the doorway opening. It was a commercial building, so it was metal studs. So I took a door out that was on an outside wall and cut the door opening. I was not allowed to cut the height. I could only cut the width. So I did that, and then hired a friend of mine with a fork truck that can go over some pretty rough terrain, and it's not that heavy. I want to say it was like 1,500 pounds. Anyway, we put it on his flatbed and we brought it home. The place that it came from did a lot of work with polyester, so they had a lot of grinding, and they had a bead blaster next to this machine, completely covered in this polyester dust, like probably a 1/4 of an inch thick everywhere. So I got into my shop here. I cleaned everything up as I was putting it back together. I got a hold of Tormach to find out, because I didn't know anything about these machines. In fact, I never ran a CNC machine before at all. So watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos on how to put these things together, trammed everything, got everything adjusted up, and did a test cut with they have this conversational programming in here. Like I just quickly did a face cut, flipped the part over, did another face cut, see if it was parallel, and it was dead nuts. So, and I did a couple other like little bits and pieces here and there, and then I did my first fusion model, which I'll have to find it here somewhere. I did something in fusion for a friend of mine. Let me see if I can find that part. It was a little bit interesting. These parts right here. So what it is, this is a piece of black Delrin, and it needs a hole through it, and then it needs to be milled out for these nuts. So I took some stainless nuts. I turned them down on the lathe to create the shoulder, and then in fusion, they have a just like a hex drop in the drop down, for the drawing routines. Drew this hex, sized it the way that I wanted it, extruded this part for the thickness that it is, and then created a tool path for. I think I used a 1/8 inch flat end mill, and made this part, and I had to make a bunch of them. So what this part is for actually is my buddy has a crane, 106-foot crane with like a foldable jib on the end, and these are wear plates that get bolted inside the the column. So when you extend and retract the crane, the arm on the crane, it rides on this on these Delrin parts. So you can see the nut is slightly recessed. So these things slide in, a bolt comes through, tightens it down. It's not a super precision part, but it was a really good part to kind of get my sea legs on fusion. So again, guys, that's what I've been doing with this project here with my time. It's been all nights because I've been really, really busy, but I'm thrilled to death. So I'll be working on this, but I'm trying not to get too distracted. I got to finish my 10EE, and I do have a bunch of videos on the 61 Impala that actually I've been working on as well. So, the problem is that rising and falling of the sun, you only have 24 hours in a day, and I have a project list that will take me well past my 100. So I better get going, get these things done, so I feel like I've accomplished something. So I'll bring you back. I think the next set of videos I'm going to show kind of an update on the Impala project, and then we'll get back on the 10EE, and then we want to talk about a little bit of strategy with my current 10EE. This guy right here, this guy's going to find a new home somewhere. I'm going to move my newly reconditioned 10EE in there, and again, I'm still looking to find a new home for the 30-inch. So do have a guy that's interested. Haven't heard from him in a while, but I'm running out of space, believe it or not. So a few of these toys are going to have to move along to some happy new owners. Anyway, just a quick update, and thanks for watching, guys.